Bitcoin hit 30K this morning, going up almost 10% in the matter of minutes. Right afterwards, gets dumped right back down to where we're at. Why did that happen? Was there potential market manipulation? Could somebody from a very large crypto influencing firm and news outlet be going to jail? All of that and more will be covered in this video. We're going to get right into it. Basically, what happened is this tweet went out from Cointelegraph saying that the Blackrock or the iShares Bitcoin ETF was already approved, which we all know absolutely did not happen. I'm going to go ahead and share this tweet and show everybody exactly what it is that I'm talking about, because this is literally crazy. I've never seen anything like this. This is one of the largest oversights that could have possibly happened in terms of being a news outlet, a reporting agency, whatever you want to call it. They literally said, breaking, the SEC approves iShares Bitcoin spot ETF. This is their very first version of that tweet. Then they edited it and said, reportedly. Now, here's the issue with that. This is one of the biggest reporting agencies or news outlets for crypto and blockchain in the entire world right now. Like, everyone knows Cointelegraph, and trust and believe everybody jumped all over this. The market literally pumped from like $27,500 to like $30,000 almost exactly. Was there market manipulation? Was it just an erroneous tweet? Was it just somebody that did something wrong accidentally? I think there's three scenarios, but before I give you what those three scenarios are and what my thoughts are, obviously, make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on that notification bell. Comment whatever you think in the relevant section. I appreciate it. Now, let's get into what exactly happened and what I think could be the likely scenarios as to why it happened and where we go from here. Now, in my opinion, there are three likely scenarios. One, this was absolutely 100% market manipulation. These are all opinions. I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm saying these are the scenarios. One, it was 100% market manipulation, okay, where someone was paid to do this, to pump the markets and then lose retail's money to the tune of $130 million. I think it was like $118 million in liquidations this morning. That's substantial. That's a lot of money. Two, the second most likely scenario is that these guys, Cointelegraph, actually know something from the inside and they accidentally tweeted about it, and then they got shut up because they're not supposed to know those things, and especially not supposed to report on it before things, transpire. Or three, somebody's just literally an idiot and tweeted something crazy, which whether it's an intern or not, I highly doubt that that's going to be actually what happened. Now, here's the other thing that Cointelegraph said, because they had to clean up. Like, they had to go and clean this person's mess, right? We apologize for a tweet that led to the dissemination of inaccurate information regarding the Blackrock Bitcoin ETF. Because iShares, if you don't know what iShares is BlackRock owns iShares, and that's like their ETF branch that has all these different ETFs, right? An internal investigation is currently underway. We are committed to transparency, and we will share the findings of the investigation with the public once it is concluded within 3 hours. Well, unfortunately, it's been 3 hours, and they haven't concluded anything, and they haven't figured anything out. So we're going to go over the three scenarios, but not before we show you everything else that has transpired in the market, because, stuff got a little wild. Decrypt smacked them, right? So all their competitors are coming out. Cointelegraph edited and eventually deleted the Twitter message announcing that the iShares BlackRock ETF application had been approved, but not before Bitcoin surged by 10% and then dumped right back down to where it was. Bitcoin price briefly rallies, blah, blah, blah. Morningstar's talking about it. This caught so much attention that a BlackRock spokesperson had to come out to Market Watch and tell them that iShares Bitcoin ETF is still under review by the SEC and they don't know anything about this. Then we've got Forex Live over here talking about Bitcoin surging more than 8% because Cointelegraph reports the SEC approves a spot ETF, which is 100% fake news. Even these guys, Market Screener over here, CoinDesk, everybody started smacking these guys. All the crypto influencers, all the blockchain influencers are going absolutely bonkers. They're going in on Cointelegraph right now, saying that they're a joke. I had so many text messages this morning where people were telling me, one of my managers over here at Presend in one of my companies, he's my president of marketing. Greg Gressick, he hit me up about it. And he was like, dude, did you see what happened with Cointelegraph? And I was like, yeah, man. Well, we're going to talk about it, okay? Because there's about 3 things that I see that could have potentially happened. But the one other thing that I want to show you is the liquidations, because the liquidations, absolutely pertinent, absolutely insane. And you have to understand how big people got wrecked. So in 4 hours, there was $113.88 million worth of liquidations. They liquidated almost $80 million in shorts in the matter of a few minutes. Okay, go look at the 1 minute chart. It's absolutely insane. Then people entered long on the way up, and guess what happened? Dumped it right back down, took another $35 million in liquidity. This is market makers doing what market makers do. Okay, so let's talk about the first scenario. First scenario, in my opinion, is that somebody got paid a very, very hefty fee at Cointelegraph, whoever's controlling the Twitter, or somebody that has access to it. I'm not saying the person that absolutely unequivocally like controls their social media and Twitter is the one that did it, but somebody got access to it and somebody sent this, right? So they could have potentially gotten paid like 7 figures for this. Think about this. They liquidated $110 million worth of almost $20 million worth of money in the market, right? In a matter of a few minutes. That's a very profitable day for market makers. And this is what market makers do. Whenever people enter a bunch of long positions, they short it down and they liquidate those people. Whenever people enter short positions, they enter long and they liquidate all of those shorts, right? They push it the other direction. This is what they do, okay? So it wouldn't surprise me in a conspiracy-filled world, right? And in a market that is so manipulated. I've never seen a market more manipulated than this, right? Or yeah, well, we'll just say we won't talk about other markets that could potentially be more manipulated than this, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Now, this is what the market makers do. They literally push the price the way that they need it to go in order to take that liquidity. They're going to take that money. So if they're making tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, it's not necessarily in this market, in the crazy world that we live in, it's not hard to assume or infer that that is a potential scenario here, that they paid somebody 6, 7, even 8 figures to send that out because they know that that's one of the biggest news outlets, at least for blockchain, that could get the word out and cause that little parabolic run that we just saw. Now, then there's the second scenario, right? Let's not even cover the second scenario yet. Let's cover the third scenario. Somebody's just dumb, right? Somebody's just dumb. This was an erroneous tweet that somebody went on and they saw some article on Google and they were like, oh, let's just tweet about the fact that Blackrock got approved for an ETF, which I'm pretty sure that Blackrock's ETF has been pushed out to decision until like January of 2024. So I don't know where this person got this information. Okay. That's the least likely scenario, at least in my opinion, because no one is going to just haphazardly tweet something of that magnitude, in my opinion. This was absolutely, in my opinion, right? I can't prove this until they come out with more news about it, but I highly doubt that in this world, someone is going to haphazardly tweet out something that has that big of a overarching impact on the regulatory and the crypto markets, especially whenever Blackrock is trying to do things by the book, right? And make things better for the blockchain markets and get right with regulators and make sure that everything is in accordance with compliance, rules, regulations, laws, and all of that stuff. That's why they're doing this, okay? So my guess is it wasn't just somebody that's dumb, okay? What's the second scenario that we were talking about? Because that was the third one. The second scenario, which might be one of the more likely ones, I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying the first 2 scenarios are the most likely, in my opinion, market manipulation, right? And then this one, insider information. If you go back and you look at the Bitcoin chart, right? And what we're talking about here right now is, does Cointelegraph actually have insider information that they may know somebody that may have leaked that info about the iShares that it's going to get approved? I don't know. But what I can say is that it's more than likely that if anybody gets approved, it's going to be iShares, BlackRock. BlackRock literally runs the world, $11 trillion in assets under management. There's only like 2 countries in the entire world that are worth more than BlackRock by itself, and that's the United States and I believe China. Okay, that's pretty crazy. So they're pretty big. So if anybody's getting approved, it's them. Now, Could Cointelegraph have somebody inside of Blackrock that may have leaked some information in confidence? Maybe. I think the more likely scenario is something like that. Somebody like leaked some information from BlackRock or from a governing agency that is controlling what's about to happen with the BlackRock ETF. And somebody could have potentially misconstrued that information as, oh, this is approved. And then they just got on their horse and boom, wanted to be the first to break it, but they did it overzealous. And then this is what happened. And now it looks like market manipulation, and it looks like somebody got paid off. It looks like somebody got bribed to go out and do that so that they could liquidate $89 million in shorts. It's not looking good. And then $40 million in longs on the way down. Because as soon as that thing went up, man, that bad boy dropped like a rock. Now, go back and look at the Bitcoin chart over the past like week or two. It has been on kind of this like steady, like kind of incline potentially. Now, has it been banging up against 28K and getting rejected all the time? Absolutely. That's what it looks like whenever institutions are accumulating, though. And if you think about it, these ETFs, what are the institutions going to do? They want to accumulate under 30K. They want to accumulate in the 25 to 30K range. I've said this a million times in my Wolfer briefings. And if you don't watch those on Fridays, make sure you go and watch those. Subscribe to the channel because I drop bombs like this all the time. I do it as I'm able. So this one is like a very quick video for me to just get the information out there, but I will drop some true gems in this. Now, that's what institutions do. They're going to try to accumulate in the 25 to 30K range because they don't want to buy Bitcoin at 50K after it's been approved. They're going to make sure that they have billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin under management right now before they get approved in, I guess, like almost assuming that they're going to get approved. They are. And because they know how to work the system. They know how to get these things approved. They've got, hundreds of other ETFs approved, no approvals, no problem. So assuming that they're going to get approved, BlackRock's going to be, and all the other ETF for that matter, you've got Grayscale and all these other ones, they're going to be accumulating Bitcoin here because for every share that they sell in their ETF, that they have to own the Bitcoin equivalent to that, and they can't leverage it, right? So if they sell 10,000 Bitcoin worth of shares, they have to have 10,000 Bitcoins to back that up as collateral. So they're going to be sitting here accumulating. So what are they going to do? They're going to accumulate from 26 to 28K, and then they're going to drop it back out, right? And then they're going to accumulate from 26 to 28K again, drop it back out. They don't want to see that parabolic run, right? They want to shake out the shorts. They want to shake out the longs for sure, right? So my whole point is they're going to grab as much liquidity and grab as much free Bitcoin as they can on the way there. So think about these things whenever you're seeing these types of things in the background transpiring. And think about these things whenever you're watching the news outlets that you're watching, the YouTube channels that you're watching, the Twitter influencers that you're watching, even the TikTok people that you're watching. I don't know what platforms everyone's on, you guys and gals, because we know a lot of, at least 15% of the people that show up to this channel are women, and we appreciate you showing up as well. But pay attention to who you're like taking your information from, because if you would have taken that information, you would have got wrecked if you would have went long there. Right? Because they killed the shorts that were already shorting, and then they killed the longs that came in after the shorts got liquidated. So be safe. Make sure that you are following the proper channels and doing your own due diligence, right? Like, and maybe next time, whenever somebody tweets something out like this, you'll actually go and Google it. And I'm not saying that you didn't, but I'm saying a lot of people didn't, clearly, because if you go out and Google it, there's no ETF approvals from any reputable, and before we would have said Cointelegraph is pretty reputable, right? Until something like this happens. And then that absolutely kills your entire, like it could kill your entire reputation from here on out. And they're a big business. So, I mean, I hope that they do get this figured out. And I hope that they do find out why this happened, how this happened, and put some checks and balances in place to save from that exposure in the future. But in my opinion, the damage is kind of done because they just wrecked a lot of people. And so it could be, a very tough road for them to get their reputation back on to par with what it was before. So with that being said, hopefully that gives you some insights into what happened with Cointelegraph, where I see the markets going. And, we can just kind of take it from there. I will obviously be covering the ETFs as they become available. And I've been doing that every single Friday. So make sure you show up to the Friday live streams. And if you're looking for good places to put your capital, we have 2 regulated offerings that are in compliance with all SEC regulations, Wolfer Finance and Presend.io. Presend's a wallet transaction security software that has a pending patent, a Silicon Valley style software startup unicorn that is being brought to market in a regulated manner with a digital security token that you can actually invest via crypto, USDC, on either Polygon or Ethereum, and you can actually be paid out on-chain dividends legally in crypto with Polygon Matic, any, currency that we want to pay out in. And same thing for Wolfer. Wolfer Finance is bringing the same type of offering, crowdfunding, regulated crowdfunding offering on Acamona.com in the coming weeks. And if you want to know about that, click the link in the description. Go to contact support at wolferfinance.com. Sign up for the email list. We'll be happy to have you over here on the Wolfpack, in the Wolfpack, and with the Presend family. So with all that being said, I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for showing up. Obviously, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Boom, bang on the notification bell, like this video, and seriously share it around to everybody because this is pertinent information that everybody needs to know. Obviously, comment your thoughts in the relevant comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day, everyone.